Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today I'll be talking about another character within this game. And today's character will be called Lawine. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to Lawine, let's talk about our weapon first, and then I'll go to the ranking, and then go to the active and passive skill ultimate, and then go to the ranking again. So when it comes to this character, the thing about this character's weapon is it has you have only one option, recoil or spread control. I would suggest that you go for spread control. Okay, but why is that? Because the thing is, this character is actually extremely good character, okay, in terms of her active skill and passive ultimate and even the weapon itself. So this will be a no-brainer that she will be basically on the higher ranking, okay, as a S tier. The question remains is why. So let's talk about that. So when it comes to this, if you go for spread control, you are doing a major problem here, because when it comes to guns like this, which is basically a non sniper rifle, always go for recoil handling. Okay, now I used to go for reload, but reload lowers the reload time by 1 second, whereas this one will increase the magazine capacity. This is rate of fire. Now normally I used to do this one here, but now I have chosen not to do that, because the game at higher tier, like the more you play, the more ranking you go up, the more difficult it becomes to actually win fight. So you need to do something like more rate of fire. So from that point of perspective, the overall question remains is, okay, so if I go for rate of fire, then what about damage? Normally I would say that go for base damage is a very good idea, but in this case, as you can see here, it doesn't actually cause that much effect in the shortest area. So if you go for this here, this is a very good option, because you are getting only 2 points difference on the top and 1 point difference at the bottom, and no difference at the, sorry, 1 point different in the middle and no different in the bottom area. So from that point of perspective, I would say that you need to select this, because when the enemies are basically near you, if you do not have any type of, what should I call it, excess amount of damage in the entire body, then there is no point. Okay, so what does this mean? It means that even if you are shooting at the enemy near you, and for some reason the last aim was at the bottom of the lake, then in majority of the case, I would say that this is not worth it. Only the head area and this area, like headshot alone is gonna be more than good enough here. So because of this reason, I would choose this. Okay, now obviously I used to say stringy fight. If you are a beginner, go for stringy fight. If you are not a beginner and expert, then go for headshot. Okay, so if you were to go for headshot and increase this, only then this will make a lot of sense. Okay, otherwise it doesn't. So overall this depends. If you are a beginner, go for rate of fire and this, and if you are an upper player, then base damage with headshot all over the body and the head is a very good idea. So with all of this combined, let's see what is the overall damage output of the weapon, which has 40 bullets. Okay, let's see. 920. So 920 damage which has been given to this enemy here. Okay, not that much difference. 920 damage. So it is more than good enough. Like it is automatically gonna be given a higher ranking here, not here, not here, but here. Why? Because she is very good. Normally gun wise and overall, I would say this is falling into this category here, but I would not do that. That is my favorite space for this character. But for this character, this character is going up here, because overall her weapon damage is very powerful in this range. Okay, now what about her active skill? Okay, so what about her accuracy? So the when it comes to the accuracy of this character's weapon is actually very good. Okay, and you get 40 bullets. What else do you need to say? Okay, so what does this mean? This means that you have enough bullets to actually destroy the enemy at the short range, mid range, and even the long range. So if that is the case, do you need anything else? Normally I would say no. And but that is not the end. The end is that this character's active skill, or this character's skill in general, is actually very good. Very good. So let's talk about the passive skill first. So when it comes to the passive skill, when she shoots an enemy, they get exposed to me for a short period of time. Okay, as you can see here, I can see the leg. Now it is completely different compared to another character called Michelle. So when it comes to Michelle, when the enemy shoot at her, only then she knows the enemy's location. Okay, and the thing is, you can also activate that using her active skill, but normally this is basically how she performed that. When an enemy shoots at her, only then she knows the place where the enemies are hiding, otherwise not. So if that character called Michelle gets shot in the head by a sniper character, only then the location will be revealed. Like, how stupid can it get? Okay, so compared to that, if I were to talk about this character here, this character is when she shoot the enemy, only then if the enemy were to hide, then I would be able to see what the enemies are. So this is still better. Okay, better than Michelle. Okay, so this is point number one. Now point number two, when it comes to the active skill has a little bit problem, which is, if I were to put it here in perspective, it can go in any ranges. That is not the problem. The problem is, if there are no enemy nearby. What the? So if there are no enemy nearby, that thing will only get activated once and then it will go away. But if there are enemy nearby, it will activate 3 times. So how can we fix this? You can fix this with Awaken 3. So no need to worry about that. So let's move on with the other part, is what happens if I were to use this character's ultimate. So when I use this character's ultimate, it will basically first show me where will I be able to aim. I can even see it on the map as well. So after selecting this is the place where she is able to hide. Now one of the important thing is, I have disabled the sound, but normally she makes a sound when she walks, so the enemy will know where she is. But other than that, the enemy will not be able to know directly by seeing them. The enemy will only be able to feel the sound. Okay, and also that is all of the very good thing you can do, flying, running, everything. But that is not the main point here. Then what is the main point? The main point is, when you basically use this skill, you are unable to attack the enemy, but you can definitely tell your allies where the enemies are, what are they doing, and this and that, etc. So from that point of perspective, this is a very good thing. So the question remains, okay, then is that a double-edged sword? Yes, but now I'm gonna turn this into a 2:1 ratio, like 1 bad 2 good. Okay, how is that? So when you basically are in this area here, you can get behind the enemy and shoot them from behind. Okay, by doing this, what will happen is, you will get to kill the enemy without getting yourself killed. So with all of this in mind, I do not think this is a negative point. Okay, this is basically a negative point for people who doesn't know how to use this, and if you were to see this video, then now you will be able to know how to use this factor. So what are the other things that remains for this character? The other thing that remains for this character is, now let's talk about this stuff here. So if you want to use the blade more often, go with cooldown. I highly recommend this one, not this one. Okay, then go for this one. In this is the one where if you shoot the enemy, they will stay visible for a certain period of time through the wall. And this and these are basically normal, no need to worry about that. So after, at the end, the question remains is, okay, after I have activated all of this, which would I select? I would definitely select this one, because it reveals the enemy's location once I shoot the enemy, and the enemy's location is basically revealed to my entire teammate. Whereas for this one will basically cause the blade, this pulse blade here, to stay active for 3 times, even if the enemies are not there. So that is a very good thing from my point of perspective. Not only that, it only gets activated if the enemies are nearby. Okay, so let's see what happens. If I were to shoot it there, it will get activated 3 times. Okay, but if I were to shoot it there, it will get activated 1 time, but it will not disappear. It will stay there till another enemy trigger it. Okay, the duration obviously is the same as the 3 times, so careful how you use it, but eventually this is how this active skill will work if you were to awaken these 3. Okay, stealth recon, and which is why from every point of perspective, I would say that this is a very good character. Why is this a very good character? Let's say you have what should I call it? You have this character called Ming who can destroy armor, and this character which is called Fragrance who can boost arm healing and weapon overall firing rate. So if that were to happen, then what will happen is if I were to use this and we know where the enemies are, Ming can shoot that thing there and lower all of the HP. Sorry, not the HP, I mean the armor, and then I'll shoot the remaining on the head or whichever part of the body which is available for me immediately. So this is basically how it goes. So for character like this, I would definitely go for frag grenade and windstorm grenade because they are my favorite. Okay, but I would go for smoke bomb. Why? Because smoke bomb will allow me to know where the enemies are and be able to shoot them. So for example, this there the enemy, 2 enemy. So you can probably guess the idea of how to use this smoke bomb right now. Okay, so you before even using the smoke bomb, you can definitely shoot at the area and then immediately use the smoke bomb, or you can use the smoke bomb and then get an idea of where to shoot your dagger. But if you are not very careful, you might miss the dagger completely, so you need to practice on that. Otherwise everything is fine. This character I would not say is a low tier character. This character from this point of perspective is a higher tier character. So if I were to compare like Lawine, okay, like if I were to compare Lawine with this one, this Lawine character will always win in every range because not only does she is capable of knowing where the enemies are, rather she is also capable of maneuvering in such a way that she will be able to know where the enemy traps are and be able to destroy Michelle very easily. Even though Michelle and Lawine are basically the opposites of the same coin, so that is basically how their tactics work. Now, other than that, the question remains is which type of new clothing has been added to this character, and I have not enough these Bablo crystals. Okay, I have made a wrong decision in buying this one. This is not the greatest one for me. This is the one that I want. Okay, like every type which is here. Okay, all of the type which has been added. My most favorite is the one that that I do not have enough of these crystals. But one good thing is it is gonna stay active for a longer period of time. Even though it is written here limited offer, it is still gonna come on a regular basis. So I will try my best to actually collect as much as this Bablo thing as much as possible. So the question remains is how can you get this Bablo? Let's see. Somewhere around here it will basically show you what the heck 100% win. Oh, so I basically won one match. That's why I have high win rate. Anyway, somewhere around here it basically shows how to do that. Somewhere, like I don't even remember where that Bablo thing is something that I would definitely need in order to activate them, because otherwise I will not be able to get enough of this Bablo, and if I don't get enough of this Bablo thing, I would not be able to get this character skin. So that much desperate I am to try to get this skin for this character Lawine. So overall, I would say that clothing design wise, one of the best, not the only best, one of the best. Weapon shooting wise is very accurate, despite only having one what should I call it, balance material, very good. and also when it comes to her active, passive, and ultimate, they also work very well. So in that terms of perspective, I would have given this character this ranking here, but still not gonna do that because she as a DPS is the best. Sub DPS is the best, basically how I would put her, but not as best as Nobunaga. So I have to lower it from that point of perspective. I do not know why Nobunaga is overpowered. Okay, but Lawine is the second best option right after Nobunaga if you are going for a very good character that is capable of doing many stuff at once. Okay, so anyway, if you like this video, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons to get more of this type of topic on a regular basis. Thank you and see you again next time.